Hello, in this video tutorial I'm going to show you how you can use Audacity to make a recording, and then how you can save that recording, how you can export that recording as a WAV audio file, and then finally how you can upload that audio file onto a Blackboard course for students and parents to listen to. So let's get started. First, I'm going to make a recording in Audacity. I'm going to search for Audacity here by clicking up the Start button. And then I can do a quick search for Audacity simply by typing the first three letters of the program and then selecting it here. It might be a good idea to click and drag this and leave it on your desktop or your taskbar for future reference. So now Audacity is open, and you'll notice here these buttons, which you're probably very familiar with. This one being the record button, stop button, play button, pause, skip to the end, and skip to the beginning. So let's use the record button by pressing this, and then I'm going to start talking to do an actual recording. Right now I am doing a tutorial on how to make an Audacity recording, and then I'm going to show you how to export it and upload it to Blackboard. So I click stop, and then I purposely left a pause here, and I'll show you what to do with that in a moment, but first to play. So I'm just going to click this green play button, and it will start here from the first start of the recording and move here along the timeline, and you can listen to it. Right now I am doing a tutorial on how to make an Audacity. And it's also important to note that you don't need an external microphone, that the laptop you're going to be using has a built-in microphone already. So, and I can click at any point on this timeline and play right from that spot. Tutorial on how to make, including this part, where you'll notice that the inflection in my voice has stopped and there's this dead air. So I'm just going to click from here and notice that I stopped talking, and then there's this dead air. So now I'm going to show you how to edit out of any parts, because the students aren't perfect, and despite how much they practice, they're going to make mistakes. And you can edit it out for a cleaner recording, including this dead air. So any point that I want to delete, I'm simply going to click and drag in this gray area, and then I'll push delete on the keyboard, and then it disappears. I can click from here, and you'll notice that it makes for a very seamless recording. And then I'm going to show you how to. So you can do that at any point, including this beginning space, which is just kind of dead air. I'm going to delete that as well. And when I click play from the beginning, right now I'm doing, it just gets right into it. And of course I can skip to the end by clicking this button, or skip to the beginning clicking this button. You can also move along the timeline by clicking this bar, moving it here, which will be necessary if we have a longer recording. Alright, so I'm going to skip to the end, and now it's right here at second 10. And then show you if you wanted to continue the recording or have another student recording, you could do that, and it's pretty seamless. So here I'm going to click record again and start talking. This would now model how a second student would start recording their voice for a group project. Alright, so I'm going to play from the 8th second. Now you're going to notice it's just going to keep on going, and imagine if that were a second student recording their voice. Load it to Blackboard. This would now model how a second student would start recording their voice. Okay, and there's some data here, so I'm just going to edit that so it's a little bit more seamless. You get the picture. All right, and it's also important to note that, let's just say, we wanted to delete, if I have like 5 students and it no longer becomes necessary to have student number 2, I can simply go here and delete this audio track from the recording, or I could click edit and undo. And that's the important thing. If I do something here, accidentally delete something, I can always go to edit and undo, so you never have to worry about making a mistake. So it's pretty difficult to screw up, which is good for all of us. Okay, now I mentioned how you can go back and forth here on this bar. Alright, so enough about Audacity. I think you got the picture, and now I'm going to show you how to save it. I'm going to click here, and then I'm going to save the project. It's pretty simple. And And I like to put it in my music files. I'm going to go to Library and select Music because it is an audio recording. And I'm going to save it in my music. That's just a logical place for me. And then notice that the tag here is an Audacity project or .aup. Okay, so I'm just going to label it test and save it under that name. And so now when I close Audacity and I go back into my files, I'm going to go into Music in my libraries, and there it is, a test, an Audacity project file. I'm going to open it up, and then I can edit it again at a later time. So you don't all have to do it. You don't have to do this all in one day. All right. So now I'm going to show you how to export it, and so you can put that on Blackboard. Yeah. So if you have an Audacity project, that's not what you're putting on Blackboard. Because for someone to listen to it, they're going to have to open up Audacity, which they may not have on their computer at home. So we need to export it as a different file, an audio file, a WAV file, in order to upload that to Blackboard. So here's how to do that. Click on the File button, and then I'm going to Export Audio, which is different from Save Project or Save Project As. Export Audio. And it's going to open up in this window. And note again, I'm in My Music, so if you're not, you want to click on Music, and you're going to export it now. And notice it's a WAV file, which is different from an Audacity file. I'm going to change the name of this for Blackboard, just so we can be clear that this is where it's going to go. Save. Okay, your tracks will be mixed from 2 different stereo channels. Okay, that's not important. Just click OK. And then here's some more information which you could be very specific, but I'm going to ignore as well. Just click OK. And then great, now it's saved as an audio file. So I'm going to close Audacity, go back into my files, going to go into Music, and now I have 2 different files. This one's in Audacity, and this one is the one for Blackboard, the WAV. I'm going to double click it, and then we'll open, and you'll see how it's an audio file. Oh, double click. Right now I'm doing a tutorial. Alright, and this is what we want to put on Blackboard, of course. So I'm going to close all these files, and then I'm going to go into Blackboard. And the final step of the tutorial is how to upload it to Blackboard. I'm going to start by creating a separate tab for podcasts, because that's what this is. I'm going to click on the plus button and add content area, which will open up a tab down below, and I'm going to call it Podcasts and make it available. Okay, now I have this tab, which I can then move up to the top or wherever I want it by clicking this directional arrow and bringing it down. Note that it has a gray square, which tells me that there's no content yet. So I'm going to click on the tab to add some content. Okay, I'm going to build content, and I'm going to add an audio file. You could also, if you wanted to, this might be a good idea, to put folders. The first folder is November podcasts. Submit. And now I have November podcasts. I could then be proactive and add December podcasts. And so now I have folders in which I can put my podcasts. So I'm going to open up a November folder and add the podcast. Build content, audio, and I'm going to name it, you might, whatever you're studying, Native Americans or whatever, but I'm going to do, let's name it that, Native American podcasts, or podcasts, or whatever you want to call it. And then this is just like adding an attachment to an email. I'm going to browse my computer, find the file, again, it's in Music, and the one for Blackboard, which is the WAV. Click on it, open. Okay, and then you have these options: auto start, loop. Those are self-explanatory. Add alignment to content. I'm not even sure what that means, so we're going to leave it alone. Include transcript. No thanks. And permit users to view content, of course. Track number of views. No, I'm good there. All right, so I'm ready to submit, and it's uploading. Right now, I am doing a tutorial, and there it is. So I'm going to go back to the beginning, click on podcasts, and then voila. Oh, not voila yet. Now, right now I am doing a tutorial on how to make an Audacity. And there you have it. Students, teachers, and parents can listen to a podcast that you created following these steps in this tutorial. So I hope you found this helpful. Please let me know if you have any questions. And thanks for watching and listening. Have a great day.